as engineers and at NSC Kenya, one of the things we do is spending the most significant currency that you can actually think about. That's the collaboration. So we collaborate to educate the young engineers as well as the various cadre of the engineers in the Nigerian Society of Engineers in terms of the retirees, let's say the experienced ones that believe that this is the way things should be done. We've been used to doing things this way. Then maybe the medium generation, like maybe the 40s and above, then the young engineers. So we organize various programs and also expose them to opportunities that transiting from the current scenario. I mean, we are all well aware of the need to change our approach to things in terms of material consumption. So we bring awareness of this is what we're used to do and this is what we need to do. And one of the key things that we've done is to enlighten engineers about the importance of using measurable steps, like training engineers on the use of tools like Edge, creating awareness about lead, creating about framework that are measurable, that these are ways you can actually do it, that you're able to adopt locally. We also go on industrial visits to expose them to new methods of construction. Like many of us, I believe we're in the industry, we know when we want to construct, this is the regular way. But we're now seeing exceptions in construction. We have some buildings like the Heritage Place, Alliance Place that have been constructed sustainably. And these are based on globally acceptable standards and locally available materials. So we don't make it look like it's a rocket science. We carry everybody along. We organize programs, make it accessible to everyone to see the change. Then one challenge that we also do encounter that we need to be intentional about is in terms of tools. There are various tools that can use to measure the, let me say, greeniness of the building, but some of them are not easily adaptable. But we organize training to say that engineers, you can actually come up with your own method of either coding, either doing certain scientific experiments, working with the academia and the industry. So we also work with the industry to see what are the materials that you are working on. We've been talking about the need to reduce the consumption of cement. So we work with the academia and identify specific materials that are available locally that can be applied. That comes with its challenges, but somebody must build the cart at once. So in the University of Lagos, we also have collaboration, and we, in the industry as well, we relate to see who can build the cart. These are the available materials and how do we apply it. So we make those samples available at the secretariat. Then at national level, we have various committees working on research, working on engineers training and various cadre. Like the young engineers, they are mostly interested in the Internet of Things. So we bring trainings like GIS for you to be able to map, exploring life carbon assessments. What does that mean to us? If we are using concrete, what does it mean? If we are replacing with other material, what does it mean? So overall, all of this training accumulates to ensure that we communicate what green building is in its sense without greenwashing, ensuring that they understand the use of the available material and also identify the tools that can be used to do it. Then we also work with other engineering organizations and also non-engineering organizations, but professionals in the built environment to bring all of this together, and that's when you will see us making comments on master plan.
Africa looking at being able to travel and being able to start practice, not that you're an engineer here and get to one place, cleaning the dead, so that you are making us improve. Being able to transfer, if you just give us maybe 3 to 4 basic skills, knowledge that you think an engineer that will be very relevant in this dispensation should try to acquire. That's just my comment. Thank you.
So I'll start with the first one. I think is very essential. That's the knowledge of digital twins. And why I say that's very important in green building development is from the work I've done in Arab, there was one research that we do to try to understand the embodied carbon factor of local materials. That is not a common term, but we did it as one of Invest in Arab work, and we picked 5 local materials so that when we're using software like Edge, we can say this is, let's say, sand from Lagos, and we are putting the actual factor. And the process of the embodied carbon entails that we get to know when the materials is being sourced, the kind of energy, is it from renewable energy source, then the farthest distance to the site. So these were the local factors that were considered, and they were used to model some buildings that we're working on. So we were able to do present scenario, and we're able to do business as usual, like this is what we do regularly. Then in a scenario where we are actually able to do this, get these factors and put it specifically for that project. Not that I'm using an international standard. I could be using an international software, so to speak, but I'm using local data. So with digital twins, you're able to actually do a replica of your project of seeing various scenarios, and that will take you to data analysis. People talk about big data, but small data of we're doing quotient strength virtually every day. What are we doing with those data? We have a lot. You do this kind of project in BI, in Lekki, you crush, you batch. Those are small data that we have not actually used to develop our green building industry. Then I think GIS is also a very important one. In terms of GIS, you drop materials here today, buy cement here tomorrow. This mapping all of those things to watch what their reaction is and their effects. A lot of green buildings have been done. Who has taken the bit to understand that where did you source the materials and what are the results? So all of this, I think, being good using Excel, doing a bit of coding, good presentation skill, and of course, ability to communicate beyond you saying, I got this dy, dx, bending moment, and all those engineering jargons need to be put in a method that everybody, including the investors, the legal people, can see what is in it for them, because engineering projects actually entails everybody. So data analytics, GIS, digital twins, good communication skill, and good presentation skill. I think those are very important.